What's going on, guys? Daily crypto news here, back for another morning video with you. And today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. And you can see on the screen here, we do have some price action on the Bitcoin price chart. On the screen here, I do have Bitcoin set up with daily candles. You can see that if you've been following my videos, I projected that we were going to push back upwards, which we have continued to do. Bitcoin is currently sitting above 43,500. Looks like it's up about 200 for the day so far. On the other hand, you can see that the Dow Jones is currently down just a little bit, about 43 points for today. Still would not be surprised if the Dow Jones does continue to close higher. I do have it on the daily time frame here as well. We're going to take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks like it's down about 46, 47 points today to start. Still remain cautious about this because of how high the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones have been. Just in the past 10 years, it's been insane how fast the market has grew. So NASDAQ is slightly down a little bit. We'll take a look at the DXY as well. DXY is just over 103.5. So continuing to see some price movement on this. Wouldn't be surprised if it does come up to this 104 level, and it could, bounce off of it and go back down. It could push right through it and just continue grinding up. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Gold and silver. Over here on the side, you can see gold and silver are slightly down for the day. Gold's just sitting above $2,030, where silver is just sitting under $23. But really excited to see some action on the Bitcoin price chart. We're going to be looking to see if it's able to come back up to this $49,000 level, and if we're able to set a new all-time high above this point here. Remember, we do have the Fed meeting news coming out on Wednesday. We're going to have to see how that affects the markets. We're going to have to see if the Fed does end up pausing. Remember, if it does end up pausing, I think we will see some green on the Dow Jones. And we also might see some green on the Bitcoin price chart. And frankly, we could even be seeing some of that green because the market thinks already that we're going to pause. Jumping back to the Dow Jones, remember our cautious level is up here at the 4.236 full Fibonacci extension level. We'll have to see what happens. Like I said, I would not be surprised if we did see some rate cuts happen up here, which would then push the market back down. So we'll have to pay attention for that, but that's scheduled to happen possibly in March. It could be delayed even further. We'll have to see what happens this week, and then we'll have a better idea. Jumping back over to the NASDAQ, still down about 45 points. We'll have to see if it's able to set a new all-time high that it did last week, where it's currently grinding up towards that. You can just see that the chart in general has just been a grind upwards. And it has just continued to grind upwards over the past few years. Even since like 2017, you can see that it has just continued to go up. So our caution flags are definitely up, and we'll have to see what happens. Also, what's really interesting with the Dow Jones is we're going to have to see if some type of narrative happens up here at the top. I may have talked about it in my other videos, but I would not be surprised if we saw some type of black swan event up here at the 4.236 extension. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I would love for us to blow past this level and continue to go higher. But I have to be realistic and just point out that the Dow Jones has continued to go higher over like the past, 10 years or so. So let's reload the chart here. And let's take a look at the candles kind of further extended out. So let's go to the 6 month. Just take a look at it. So this is what I mean by our cautious levels here. You can see it's really pumped since about 2008 and it's just continued to grind upwards, blowing past all of these fib levels here. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Like I said, just we're going to pay attention and see what happens with the news. We'll see if Jerome Powell is going to dictate which way the price moves on the chart. As far as the other crypto market, some of the altcoins are just slightly down for the day. You can see Solana happens to be about 105. Let's look at the daily on this one. So starting to grind back upwards. We'll have to see if it's going to continue to grind up or if it's going to face any of these resistance levels here. Let's take a look at like the 6 month chart on Solana. You can see that the point to buy was down here when all that bad news was happening related. Could have got it for about $10, maybe even less than that. And remember it before, if you've been paying attention to altcoins, it did go up to just over $250 a coin. So we'll have to see what happens, see if it gets back up to this resistance point here, and see if it blows past it. I'm really excited to look at some of these other altcoins and anxious really just to see how this money is going to rotate. You can see XRP has just kind of been sitting on top of these levels here. Still waiting for that giant pump, which anyone that's been in XRP has experienced before. We'll have to see if that pattern's going to repeat. Only time will be able to tell. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always seek a professional. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.